As much as social media can be a creative outlet, a way to express yourself, a way to make money, or even escape reality for a while, these days I feel like we're getting way too consumed by our phones, and social media plays a huge role in the issues that I will be discussing in this video. From its impacts on mental health to how it shapes our self-worth, we need to have this conversation. The algorithm. It's like a carefully designed rabbit hole tailored to all of your interests to keep you scrolling endlessly. And it's not by accident, it's done on purpose, all to make sure you spend more and more time on your device. It's designed to exploit your attention by showing you content that triggers your emotions, whether it's excitement, anger, or fear, making it hard to stop scrolling. This leads into doom scrolling. Doom scrolling will actually affect you very negatively if you're not aware that you have been taken into the trap. Doom scrolling, a harmful habit that traps you in a cycle of consuming negative or overwhelming content. Over time, this can cause things like addiction, spending excessive time on your phone, where you then neglect your real-life relationships or responsibilities. You may have increased anxiety, comparison, and low self-esteem, often from unrealistic content. Echo chambers, which is only being shown content that aligns with your beliefs and distorts your worldview and critical thinking. Since the algorithm focuses solely on engagement, it's profit over your well-being, making it harder to use social media in a healthy, balanced way. When I start doom scrolling, I completely lose focus on the task that I was doing. My brain feels like it has no direction. And the only way for me to reset this mad brain fog that I gave myself, a hardwired reset, is to go to sleep. Temporary fixes is to just get up and stop being on your phone for a few hours and do whatever you gotta do. The other fix, working out. If you do not work out, just start working out rather than scrolling on. If you like scrolling on your phone, go to the gym and scroll on your phone. I'm telling you, at least you accomplished something in doing it. Cheat the system. The reason why scrolling and doom scrolling feels so comfortable is because the algorithm, like we talked about, is hardwired to your entire brain thought. Everything that you like, things that you consume, the things that you want to hear will keep you locked in. Hours pass and I'm feeling drained. I'm feeling unfocused. And I'm most importantly feeling unaccomplished. Dopamine. Your brain's reward system. This is why scrolling feels so good, but this is actually fake dopamine. It keeps us hooked without adding anything real to our lives. So now that we can't focus without constant stimulation, we check our phones mid-movie. We can't even finish a book. You can't even hang out with people without them pulling out their phone. And we lose interest in things pretty fast. Our attention spans are fried. So next time you're scrolling, ask yourself, am I actually enjoying this? Or am I just addicted to the feeling of doing something? Every like, comment, or entertaining post that you come across, you're getting small dopamine hits. That's why we're fiends. And social media will make sure that you never run out of those drugs. You will be reliant on every time that you're bored, you feel the need to pick up your phone instead of sitting there with your boredom and doing something creative with it. It's because our minds are so occupied from all this content that we're constantly rapidly seeing every 2 seconds that we don't even have a chance to think about anything. I'm sure you heard of the term instant gratification, but what is the issue with instant gratification? Short pieces of content have trained our brains to just be used to things instantly. Tell me going on your phone doesn't give you some sort of like relief, like, yeah, this is home. We've lost patience because we're not getting that instant gratification that we thought we would have. Now our dopamine receptors are not used to not getting the dopamine quick enough that we get upset at the slightest little things for no reason. Just go live your life and do what you have to do and stop worrying about having things so instantaneously. Half the things that actually bring you good things in this life take a really long time to build. There is no real line between online and offline. I feel like life these days is just you're always online. You're always online. Whether you turn your active status off, you're still online. You ever think about how much we've seen? We've witnessed things that people in past generations couldn't even imagine.
The standing feud between rap artist Drake and Kendrick Lamar is once again
a different kind of class. This after-school program centering on the mental health of teenagers.
Soared 15% in the latest US inflation.
Up next, life before the internet. Growing up, the internet was something you had to sit down and log into. And when you logged off, it just stayed there. It wasn't in the palm of your hands 24/7. You weren't constantly thinking about who's messaging you, who's posting what, or what you might be missing. And of course, having constant access has brought a lot of advantages to the world. But something has definitely shifted, and it just feels different out here. Hold on. Who's texting me? No one. My phone is dry. And you know why we think our phone is vibrating when it's not? Phantom vibration syndrome. Our brains are just so used to having some sort of entertainment, notification all of the time that we think our phone is vibrating when it's not. That is dangerous. The power of disconnecting. Disconnecting is one of the biggest takeaways that you should take from this video. Take this piece and know that the power of disconnecting is what will truly save you and help you if you want to maintain the balance for still having a social media, but still having a life. I deactivated my Instagram for 1 month and I felt like I did not need Instagram ever again. The only reason why I did reactivate my Instagram is because I'm here. Watch this video. Yeah, when I deleted my Instagram, it was just one less thing to worry about. And I started actually focusing on my life and how it looks and not how it looks like to Instagram. Stopped thinking about what other people were doing and if my life was measuring up to what they were doing, because we're all on our own journeys doing our own thing. And if you constantly sit on social media and look at other people's lives, and you're probably gonna feel behind and feel like you have no life, just get rid of it. I'm telling you, and you will feel like you actually are on the right path, because you can't compare your level 2 to somebody's level 200. It's never gonna match up.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all, this shit lame as but I'm gonna make it look like it's turned. Watch this. Hey!
It's not about living in the moment anymore. It's about making sure the moment looks good enough to post. Everything you do has to be an aesthetic, and I'm telling you, real life is not an aesthetic 24/7. It's not picture perfect. It's not clean. It's not airbrushed. Like, how is this person so perfect? How? It's not real. And if it is real, I must say every single day of their life does not feel like that. Because if it does, I don't think you're human. I don't know, because the real life that I know, the real life that I live, I know it's not an aesthetic 24/7. There are imperfections in real life. And I think the whole point that I miss when it comes to offline versus online, there's genuinity there, if that's a word. Is that a word, genuinity? Am I a scholar? If it's a word, I'm gonna be impressed. Genuinity. That was the first time I used that word. Shout out to my phone for the quick searches, though. I'll give you that. Genuinity is not a word. Is it not? Is genuinity a word, guys? Because I feel in my core that it just goes so much with the sentence that I just said. There's so much authenticity in people when you meet them. You can actually see what type of characters they are. People have been so consumed by the internet and how their life looks and how they look like, and just social media in general, that they need to always show up a certain way. And this leads into emotionless Mimi version. I always hear people complain about the place that they live, that all the people here are fake and they got nothing to give, cause they've been staring at somebody else's version of shit that makes another city seem more exciting than it is. I know a girl whose one goal was to visit Rome. Then she finally got to Rome and all she did was post pictures for people at home, cause all that mattered wasn't impressing everybody she's known. I know a girl that's crying out for help, but her latest caption is leave me alone. I know a girl happily married till she puts down the phone. I know a girl that saves pictures from places she's flown. The post later make it look like she's still on the go. Look at the way we live. We live in a world where image is everything. What happens when that image becomes larger than life? The ego takes center stage, blurring reality and inflating who we think we are, or who we think we should be. The inflated sense of self, ego. I have never seen so many self-centered people than I have these days, and I think it is just because of social media. Everybody turned into a celebrity all of a sudden. Because I think some people be getting imposter syndrome. People will go through 35 different personalities in the span of a week, and it's because they're so consumed into their phone and they just want to be like other people. That's scary. Another thing too is, are we really as important as we make ourselves seem? So for example, you post a photo and it doesn't get enough likes, you automatically start feeling like your life is falling into shambles and it's the end of the world. So what are you going to do? You're going to delete it. You're going to delete it, and you're going to delete your account. Because you did not get the validation that you thought you would have got from other people. And it's really sad that we need other people's validation for us to even feel validated. Why can't we validate ourselves? Because if the internet was to shut down and go away, I don't think I'd be concerned of how many likes I got on my Instagram photo, you know? It's just not relevant. People just sit down there and monitor your page, or people just sit down there and enjoy in silence, or people interact. Like, there's so many different scenarios, but you should not have to take every single one personal if it is your page. If you want to post what you want on your page, do not feel the need to feel like you need to delete it because it didn't get enough likes. Yeah, just post the stuff. No amount of likes, comments, followers, or online approval will ever be enough if we do not feel secure within ourselves. Don't let the numbers fool you. Some of the biggest posts are boosted just to look that way. Clout can be bought, so don't confuse it with real value. Just because something looks popular doesn't mean it's meaningful. Online numbers, they don't define your self-worth, and yet we let them. We get so caught up in how people perceive us, we put so much work into it that we do not put any real work into things that matter, like building your confidence, finding your purpose, and literally the most simplest thing is just being present in your life. In Black Mirror's Nosedive, the world in your life is controlled by a social rating. The higher your score, the better your life. But drop a few points and you're suddenly limited, fewer opportunities, and less respect. The main character, Lacey, spends her life chasing approval, trying to fit into this perfect persona just to get into a better neighborhood. But the more she focuses on validation, the more her life falls apart. She ends up hitting rock bottom, only to realize that the ratings don't matter. It's all about getting real with herself, and that's what we forget. People do not form their own opinion anymore. It's so much easier to go with the mass majority opinion instead of building your own, because guess what? That takes too much critical thinking, and our brains have stopped developing critical thinking. Where do you get your opinions from? Are the opinions that you have your own, or are the opinions that you have from Twitter? People don't even read past headlines anymore. They see one post and run with it. That's why platforms like Twitter added community notes to remind people to double check. Scrolling on Facebook and you'll get an ad and it'll be like, oh, change your life in one day, lose all of your weight by yesterday if you take this pill. So many people have taken this pill. I melted all of my fat in 2.3 milliseconds. I didn't even need to go to the gym. And people are like, I need this. So you really have to think critically into the information that you're seeing and thinking whether or not this is even true or realistic. Because what are we even talking about anymore? Everything becomes a debate. How to date, your age, your body, everything is nitpicked. When was the last time you questioned your own perspective? What do you actually want out of your life? Influence is not just shaping opinions. It's shaping our behaviors, our values, and even some people's identities. When you're so focused on fitting in with others, you start losing purpose, and you start losing the goals that you have personally set up for yourself. And hey, you might start making choices based off of what you see online and not things that actually matter to you. So if you see somebody doing this and then you feel like you have to go out of your way and do it too, even if it's something that doesn't really pique your interest, baby, you just been influenced. Ask yourself this question: are the choices that you make truly yours, or are they shaped by what you see online? If scrolling's a habit, try setting screen time limits. Keep your phone out of reach, or reward yourself after getting something done. If that doesn't work, do more things that don't involve your phone. Go to the gym, read, or go outside for a walk. The more you engage with real life, the less you'll feel the need to escape into your screen. Social media should be something you use, not something that uses you. Unfollow negativity and follow what inspires you. Managing your phone addiction isn't about quitting. It's about being intentional. Phones help us stay connected, access education, and even build careers. And honestly, without my GPS, I'd be lost. Remember, our devices can be a tool or a trap. The choice is yours.